Hey, I'm Nick,
I'm Ashton,
and this is the Freedom Fuel Outdoors podcast.
where we take you along and show you how we enjoy our freedom and feed our fuel. All right, well, we're here on another Tuesday, sitting in the old garage.
Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday seems to be our camera day. We're gonna go over a little bit of how our setup is in the woods and all of our hunting gear, kind of what we got, what we have gone through, and what we didn't like and what we liked, and what was worth the money and what was just, why did I even buy that?
Yeah, would go cheap.
So we got a bunch of our gear out here, not all of it, but just the stuff we wanted to talk about.
Yeah, the stuff that we like the most, and kind of a couple of things is I just got this year that I'm like, yeah, I don't know why I never had this before, just in working in general, let alone hunting with it.
Yeah.
It makes a big difference.
So Nick's more of the saddle guy.
Yeah.
He's jumped on the saddle train. I've tried it. I needed a longer sit. I needed to give it more of a chance than I did, but then it was like, it's hunting season. I want to go out there and kill a deer, which I didn't do. But I just wanted to go out there and kill a deer, and I was like, that's off-season stuff that I was trying to do at the beginning of this season.
Yeah, Nick, that was what, the weekend or 2 weekends before opening a gun here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. So I mean, I need to give another chance just because of how convenient it is. I mean, just we do public land hunting, so
yeah.
I mean, we're hoofing it, and just the nature of the beast, you hoof it to your spot, and might be a dude sitting in there.
Yeah.
Like, well, there goes that. So you're hoofing to the next one.
Heck, I did that last year.
Yeah, you got hosed.
I did. It was all right. There wasn't anything there anyway. I can tell you that. It was nothing but open timber, and that was it.
Yeah. Man, some of the biggest bucks I've seen though have been just wide open, like look like out of a, like there's no undergrowth at all. It's just like wide open timber, and it's like,
why are you there?
Rut just on a doe's tail and going along, chasing. I mean, you like look off in the distance. Cool part is you can see forever, and you just look off in the distance. You're like, is that a squirrel? Oh no, that's a deer.
There's a deer. I see it now.
And it keeps on coming, But yeah, I mean, I'm still hoofing I got the Summit. I think it's the Classic. It's not the aluminum one. It's heavy. That's an understatement. It's heavy. I mean, if I don't work out all year, which I don't, I definitely get all my feelings of workout in.
It'd make it a whole lot easier if you worked out all year, wouldn't it?
You're not wrong.
Oh man.
Might not switch to the saddle if I work out all year.
Dude, I love it just because it's so simple walking in.
Let's get it up here.
Okay.
I feel like I'm just looking down now.
Yeah, I know. I've got piles of stuff around us, so it's kind of like
Go through. Give us a rundown.
Yeah. So
I haven't even seen your saddle. This is the first time I've seen.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've seen the saddle, but I haven't seen everything you got.
Yeah. So, always got to have your knee pads. These I bought like 5 of them for like maybe $10, and they're just foam.
Chewed up.
Yeah.
Squirrel get a hold of you?
No, the tree, man. Tree. And that's what I use. That's just for my knees in the tree, since you're sitting looking at the tree. So I actually made this saddle from, this is climbing grade webbing, 1-inch tubular webbing. And then the buckle, this buckle is rated for climbing. I'm guessing climbing. I don't even know about that. It's a Cobra Pro style. I didn't even know what it was, to be honest with you. But it's supposed to be, I don't know, it didn't come apart. I didn't fall out of the tree yet. So that's a plus.
You're still here.
I'm still here, yeah. then I made do not recommend this, but I made a AM steel bridge, adjustable bridge. I got my crucifix on this side, stopper knot. Always got to have that stopper knot, but I doubled it up, this is actually AM steel from Harbor Freight for a winch cable. Is what it is. That's the.
It's 3,000 pound rated. I picked.
Oh
it
yeah,
up for you.
yeah, 3,000 pound rated. It was what was it? 3/16 or something like that.
Yeah.
Three
It was actually
16ths.
pretty cheap. I mean,
Yeah,
for 50 foot of it. Was it 50 foot?
Yeah, it was like $30, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty cheap. I mean, I got $100 in this whole setup. But that's, that's everything though. Well, I forgot I bought this year. I bought a new lineman's rope. That's just you can go to Walmart and buy that lineman's rope. It's no different than any other lineman's rope. Then I got my carabiners that are climbing grade, locking carabiners.
What brand are those? See it on the side. What does it say?
Trango, Trango. Trango.
Did you pick those up at REI?
Yes, I think I got these at REI. Yeah.
That's where you got most of your
That's where
carabiners and stuff.
Yeah, I think all of my carabiners came from REI. All my accessory rope, and then this is actually. Oh yeah, I forgot about that mess. Then my tether rope, it's all from REI.
Need to go with. Oh, did you?
Did I what?
Daisy chain it?
No, I
Wadded
it up and threw it in the pouch. Is what I did there.
That's an hour project one day when you're bored.
Dude, actually, I do it almost every. Believe it or not, I can drop this down to tree 30 foot. Goes right down.
Still not, but you can drop it down.
9 times out of 10, there's not a knot in it.
Really?
I don't know how, I don't know why, but there's not. But I usually take it and as I'm doing it, before I even drop it down, I fan it out and then I hook it to it. But it's just, I think there's 50 foot there just in case something stupid happens, like a knot or something, and I can't get it out. But then I got a Night Eyes S-beaner to hook my bow and my gun to it, which is 90% of it's my bow, because I don't do much gun hunting. I kind of got the itch for bow hunting, and then one of the places we go, you can't kill a doe during gun season, so I was like, do I really want to be like, oh look, a doe, and then can't even take a shot at it, even if it's a 60-yard shot kind of thing. This is one of all my stuff is. And then I made me a little back support out of some paracord, and actually this is from my climber that I have. It was the old strap. I bought new straps that were a little more comfortable, and I used it and a piece of paracord and a trucker hitch knot.
And what's that for?
My backrest.
Oh,
I take and clip it into my carabiner where my
I gotcha.
my tether goes on, and then I can use it as a backrest. And you can do it as tight or as especially if I'm gonna take a nap. I'm gonna try to and not fall out of the tree. I think I'm falling out of the tree after I go to sleep. I'll take and crank it up tighter, so I can just go limp. Which is real nice. But I did that this year. That made my sits 100 times better.
I bet. Yeah, because my problem was my legs falling so.
Yeah, a lot of your problem was just not getting in it, and
getting it adjusted.
at this height, you got up 30 foot, and got in it, and was messing with it.
Right.
And then third hand archery. This is actually what their bow something. What is this? What they call it? It was a bow.
I don't remember what they call it. I used to have one, and I don't know what happened to it.
But it's a bow carrier, which you slip your. You don't got your bow down here, do you?
No.
Slip your string in this right here, and it just holds it. So you can just grab it and pop it off, and you just throw it over your shoulder and hook it that way. But then it has it has 4 hooks on it, and then I just put, well, like this one, like my bag, it has a thin thing on it, so I can hook it on there, and then my front pouch here, it pops all the way off, but I always take and pop it off, and I hook it on there, so I have all my pouches I can get into, and then I have basically a little table right there. Not really a table, but I got a nice little thing. But that goes around the tree, and that's what hangs everything. I hang my gun, my bow, my quiver comes off my bow and hangs on it. Just kind of nice little thing to have everything hanging on it, and you're right there. And it's real small. That's the nice part. It's freaking small. Nice little clip on it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So yeah, now I spent, man, I got 100 hours in designing this and making this. Oh, I forgot I got my little Night Eyes gear ties. I was like, I don't want to use those things. I don't want to use those things. Well, I went from single stick to, now I got 4 sticks.
What brand of sticks are those?
These are the Muddy Stagger Steps. They're not the lightest in the world, but I mean, I can pick them up one-handed, so
Yeah.
they're not super heavy. They're a little bit bulky, but I like how they attack. I like how they're. I use it as my platform too. So because I don't have a platform, so I use the top rung of it for my platform, and it's really nice. And you can push off the two rods, the 2 side pieces that come up, and then they have. Never have too many knee pads. You never know when you're gonna forget them.
Or drop them.
Yeah. But I did a rope mod on them. Took that off. Same AM steel that I used for my bridge. I don't recommend it. It is not climbing grade. Nothing like that. That is a do-at-your-own risk kind of thing. And then I got aiders on all of my steps. So I got, on my first step, I have a 2-step aider. So my first step sticks, it's the bottom, I get it as high as I can. Man, I got all kinds of stuff on here still from the season. And my first stick is at least, when I get on it, I'm like, oh, I thought you were ceiling in here.
8 foot.
So 8 foot.
8
My
foot,
bottom, my top step is at 8 foot. If I can reach up there high enough and get my rope to go around and set my rope, which I usually can. And then everything else is a single step, so it's basically 4 steps, and my first one's 5.
So and you hook those onto your Night Eye zip tie thingies?
Yeah, those just the top of it just goes. I just hook it on there like that, like this. You just give her a twist.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
So now the AM steel that you have right there,
Mhm.
that's what actually goes around the tree.
Yeah. So that's now. I
Now what do you do
suggest.
to tie it back to it? So just tie it.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. So when you come around it, but yeah, I did all of my loops. I did all of that. There was a lot of. I looked on YouTube and did most of my stuff off of YouTube and figured out how to do all that stuff on YouTube. Yeah, but when you come back around here, and I usually hook it around here, so I come around and I hook it on this. I go under it. And I go. How do I do? Okay, because it's sticking away from it. So I go under it, and then I go back through it. And then I pull it tight, and I come back around.
I got you.
And then I go around through here. And then I usually... I do something. And I do this, I think. And then when it pulls it tight, it sticks in like that or something. I don't know. I don't remember. The worst part is every time I try to climb a tree, I think I do it different. I don't know if I do, but I think I do.
Right. Now what if you... And I don't know. I'm sure it's a pain, but what if you made it where you could release your knot and have them all, like tie onto it? I don't know, somehow, and once you're up there, have it a release knot and have it on the tail end of your knot and be able to pop it loose and hoist it back up with you so you have more of a platform. So you can get all 4 of them
I
up
see
there
what you're
with
saying.
you. If you did what are those, it's called the breakaway knots. Basically, it's just a loop, and then you pull the one in that breaks away.
The only thing I don't know how you would do is get to it.
Right, that's what I mean. If you took like a piece of paracord and had it and just hooked them every time you went up a step, just hook that onto your side, and then once you're done, just pop it.
Yeah, you could.
See if you can hoist it up.
Yeah.
Because I noticed when I was up in them.
That was also because I'm gonna say because you weren't real sure about
Right.
it either.
Oh, yeah.
I'd
But
say that
I
probably.
was like, man, how do you, like, I couldn't, I mean, you have to, I felt like you had to be in the right position. You didn't have to because you can turn around and stuff, but it's like, if you ain't facing the right way, you're either shooting backwards or there's no way to, like, move around the tree if you need to.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what happened to me last year. Not this season, the past season. Literally seen the biggest deer of my life in the woods, and I missed it because, first off, never shot out of my saddle. That was the second time I was in the tree out in my saddle, and it wasn't even this one. I had a sit drag. I modified a sit drag and was using it.
That's what
Yeah, and he's using he's using the sit drag to try to figure it out, see if he likes it, and then we'll go from there. But that is. Oh, I made the dump pouches. Both of my dump pouches actually have a pocket inside, so you can put your paracord in it. Somehow I did it right last year, before, and now I can't get it to go back in there. So I don't know why that is.
a wad last year.
So even if I did it the other way, I couldn't get it to go in there. So I was like,
well,
okay, it's got to come back out anyway. So what's the matter? But yeah, that is my saddle setup for the most part. Actually, that's all of it. And I usually, I wonder where my other, do you have it? My other Caribbean?
yes.
Okay. Oh, that's right, because you started using that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm going to say I usually have an extra carabiner with me, but I have two for my lineman's rope. So I have it where I can make sure I have, if I need to, I can unclip it, go around, use it as a tether. That's kind of a nice thing about having two of them too. But I did single stick method the year before, and it's actually, I love the single stick method because you're only fighting one stick going through the woods. But if you have to get down, nope, you ain't doing it. You're going back to the camper. You're not getting down. You're going back. You're going back home. You're going to do something. You're going to go change your drawers, and then you decide what you're going to do after that. So I didn't have that problem, but I didn't want to have that problem. So I made the decision to not do that. So I got a couple more sticks. I don't know if I would.
I don't blame you there.
Yeah, and I don't know if I would suggest any sticks over other sticks. My cousin, I see what I have in those. Got $60 in these, so probably about $70, not including all my modifications to them. About $70. That'd be after taxes and everything is what I have in them. But I mean, you spend another $30 and you can go get some Hawk Heliums, but I don't know if they're any better or any worse. Cousin has them, and heck, the knobs broke on them that connect them together, and I mean, then you're still gonna be buying AM steel to do a rope mod on them. So what's it matter at that point?
True that.
Other than weight, because his are like
Half the weight.
yeah, they're feathers. And he's got the three step. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
And he got the bigger ones. They're about the same length as that.
And I just got those. I mean, I should have pulled them down for the video.
Oh, are they?
But they're right over here, hanging up in the rafters. But
I see.
they're just probably Dick's Sporting Goods specials. They were my dad's when we had a permanent stand out behind the house, and I jacked them and started using them for the saddle thing. But
Yeah.
well, I mean, I guess I can kind of go through my tree stand setup since you kind of went through yours.
No, there's some stuff here so you can do it.
I mean,
Go over.
I'm not really as fancy DIY as yours is. I just got the good old Summit and like I said, I'm pretty sure I have the classic. Man, I'll tell you what. If you got to sit all day,
You mean take a nap?
yeah. If you want to take a nap all day, this is the one to do it. And I've had it for 4 years.
Oh,
5
okay.
years.
So you bought it right before we started hunting together, then?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
the year before we started hunting together, I bought it, and man, it's so comfortable. It's heavy though.
It is comfortable.
I wish I
I
would've
actually
bought-
killed my first deer out of this stand.
Oh, I forgot you were
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
Man, it's cozy.
Yeah, I killed my first. He killed first year we started hunting together. He killed a deer the morning before.
Yep.
Out of the same tree in the same stand, and then I killed one the next day, the next evening out of the
In
same
the rain.
yeah. I sat in the rain all freaking day, and then it quit raining, and I was about ready to get out, and I was like, I'm just done. It was what, maybe an hour or so before. It was an hour before or so before. No, it was like 10:30.
Yeah,
Wasn't
it was
it?
in the morning.
It was in the morning.
Cause I was in the house drinking coffee.
Doing homework.
I was, yeah,
Doing
I was.
homework.
I was doing homework. I
Yeah,
was enjoying my my kill.
yeah,
I wasn't doing nothing. Drinking coffee,
yeah.
just hanging out, and I'm just sitting in the sitting at the kitchen table, and I hear a gunshot, and I was like, huh. Then I heard another one like right after that, and I was like, I wonder if he missed. So I texted him, and he said he got one. Come to find out, he shot at 2 of them.
Yep, I shot at 2 of them. I was pretty sure I hit the first one, but there was 2 of them, so I needed to make sure if I didn't hit the first one, I'd get the next one.
They were in full sprint too.
Yeah, they were dead sprint. They were, I don't know what. How far is that away from that
That's
tree?
about 50 yards.
Yeah, it's about 50 yards. So about 50 yards is where I seen them, and they came straight from my left. I heard them. I looked over, turned my red dot on, picked my gun up, and by the time I did all that, they're dead nuts in front of me. I pulled the trigger on the first one, racked my lever action, pulled the trigger on the second one. I was almost 100% positive I hit the first one because she mule kicked and took off. And then the second one, I was like, I missed the second one. I was like, it didn't do nothing. I was like, I'm pretty sure I missed the second one. And then I was like, sweet. So I turned my red dot off, I sat there for a little bit. He texted me and he goes, you shoot? And I was like, yeah, it was me. And we came down and I was like, well, I know where she went. And I was just like, let's just go see if, let's see if we can find some blood.
Yeah.
And we walked over there and there's just blood. Both sides on the trees, all over the ground.
Yeah, murder scene.
Yeah, and she didn't dead sprint, and I hit her. She was going a dead sprint, and she folded at 50 yards.
Maybe.
50 yards from where I shot her.
Right in the middle of the trail.
Yeah, right in the middle of the big trail. It was nice. And we gutted her, and heck, I blew off part of her heart. I was
Yeah.
like, couldn't beat that kill.
No, it was a good shot. But this right here is another third-hand archery. I sold them at the Indianapolis Boat Sport and Travel Show.
Here in Turkey.
And I actually was pretty dead set that I was going to buy this. Can't remember the name of the company, but it was like it mounted to your bow by your stabilizer. It came down the side of your compound bow, and it was basically like a little stake. And it was designed for like if you're out target shooting, you can stick it in the ground. But then they also made a mount that goes on your tree stand that it pushes in.
Oh, that's nice.
And it did lock in, like it locked in. I'm pretty sure it had a release that you had to push to lift it up out.
Oh, wow.
So I mean, it was like
In there.
It was in there, but I was like, I think they wanted like $100 some for it.
Are
I
you
mean, it was
serious?
expensive,
Wow.
but I was like, I'm gonna think about it. Walked the rest of the expo. And I came across the third-hand archer guys, and this right here, I use this for my bow. I use it for my gun.
That's where my
I
gun's
use
at.
it for my recurve.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could use it as a compound.
You can
or
crossbows.
a crossbow.
Yeah, you can use it for crossbows.
And I mean, so basically all it does is you take your limb and you put it down in between here, and you have your cam right here. And once it's in there, just the weight of it kind of just makes a pinch point, and it just holds it in there.
And it like holds it in there.
Yeah,
It's not
and
just there.
When I'm in my stand, it's sitting straight up. Like all I have to do is reach over with my left hand if it's my bow. Reach over with my left hand, hold it off, bring it over, and I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Stand up if I need to. But when I'm climbing the tree stand, I just take my broadhead out, arrow, fold it back, and just set it behind me. And then I climb up and down the tree with it on. I don't even need to pull my bow up. The nice part is when I get out a little bit, really afternoon hunts, I knock an arrow in it.
Yeah.
It's a little bit sketchy because the broadhead's like right here, but it's like you really gotta try to like throw yourself into it to cut yourself.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I was climbing up my tree, and I mean, like down south, we hunt the rut.
Yeah.
On time of the rut,
You
and
never know what's gonna run through.
I could be halfway up my stand. Normally, my bow would be on the ground. I have to hoist it up, put it in, put an arrow in there, knock it, get my release, everything. All I have to do is just reach over, grab it, face in the tree, and if I had to, I could turn around and shoot.
Yeah.
And with my gun, I didn't do it this year, and I haven't done it at all since I had it. But I'm gonna move it to the right side
Oh, you are?
because you grab your bow with your left hand. That's what you
Right.
hold your bow with. You really hold your gun with your right hand.
Yeah.
I mean, the way that you kind
So,
of
when
you
I
can grip it at the grip and be ready to go, and it's kind of more natural than like grabbing here, bringing it. I don't know. It would feel more natural if it was on the right side.
So I sat there when I sat in it. I played with it, and I was like, "How do I need to like set it in here to get it to be where I need it?" I mean, I moved it around, and that's the cool part. You can put it's on there tight enough that it doesn't move when you're moving, unless you take it and you have enough leverage with your bow or your gun, and you can actually rotate that S piece, and it's really nice. Well, you can't see it. It's in that dark part of the other. That right there.
Oh, okay.
This right here. So that S
Sorry
piece.
about that.
I didn't even know you couldn't see it.
No.
You just did. And then
sitting here talking about a black dot on the screen.
yeah. So that S piece, you can move it real easy because you have a lever at that point, and it's really nice.
It does make it very nice. And packing it, I mean, it's a climber. I mean, that's all I can
Big
tell you about
backpack.
it. It's a big backpack. And I take this and I strap this around here with paracord, and then I usually take we both got one of these.
Oh, yeah.
Game changer.
That
It's
is.
the good old hand warmer, and I strap that onto it. I mean, I have everything, and if I'm going out in the morning,
I'm gonna have to take yours.
nah.
Yours is nicer than mine.
And if I go out in the morning, I don't wear my coveralls into the woods with me on the cold mornings because I sweat. If I put them on, I sweat when I'm carrying stuff out, and then all that sweat does freeze.
Yeah.
So I just pack it all on there, strap it up, tie it with paracord, whatever I need to do. I mean, I'm probably walking out the stand with every bit of 100 plus pounds on my back.
Think so?
I
guess
this bag weighs.
Yeah,
you
no,
feel that bag?
I could see when you held it up there, like, anything's every bit of 25, 30 pounds.
I mean, you gotta think your coveralls are probably what, 5-10 pounds.
Yeah, well, because you have a whole suit though.
Yeah,
You have the whole
overall.
You have the whole top, bottom, all
Mhm.
one piece.
which I like. That's the way I like to do it. I tried the bibs before, and then you gotta have the coat. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong. When you need to shed some clothes midday,
Dude,
that's the way to do it.
It
but
is.
Usually, I mean, you're not doing anything. If I was walking around, it'd be a different story. But you're just sitting there.
Yeah.
Like you could. I've never gotten hot
Oh, I-
in the stand.
I have.
Just sitting there getting hot.
Yeah, I had. So morning, I'm hot walking in.
What?
But I have bibs. I don't have the whole coveralls.
Right.
I have bibs, and then I wear this sweatshirt, and then sometimes I wear my vest in, which is all the same. I literally just bought camo last year, so all my camo actually matches, unlike it has in the past. I wear this vest, which is windproof and waterproof. I think it's waterproof. It's at least windproof. I don't know where the tag is, and then I have my coveralls on, which are Sherpa line, and then I usually have. See, I never wear pants either, though. I wear like sweatpants or something. Like I don't or basketball shorts. When I walk, like no, what's the point? I don't need to wear camo pants underneath my camo. Like,
I only wear them because I wash like that's my camo. I just throw it all on the wash. I wash it the same way, and that is my camo. I don't wear nothing else except I don't have no camo underwear and socks, but
right.
everything else like because I have like we've gone down south and it's just been like it's 50 degrees,
dude.
I'm not even wearing my coveralls.
I always have something with me. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I also wear scent lock base layer stuff.
Right.
Just I mean, it's the backwards of the way people will tell you to do it, but it works for me.
Yeah.
I mean, long as you do enough scent control on your outer layers, it doesn't matter. As long as you covering your human scent is the big thing.
Yeah.
It's a game changer when you start using different camos and figuring that stuff out. Well, that's like you though. You've never really had new stuff because you always had hand-me-downs from your dad.
Hand-me-down, and all my buddies that grew out of them or
Yeah, right.
quit hunting. Really, I mean, I went from hunting with 5 or 6 guys to this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, and then your dad and the first year I went there was 4 of them. Yeah. Your dad and 3 other guys, and then last year was who all went last? Was there 3 of them?
Yeah.
Because Johnny came down, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So then 3 of them, and then this year it was 2. So who knows what next year's gonna bring? So it's just
might just be down to 1. Might just be down to us.
It could be. I don't know. I think your dad will go as long as somebody goes. Because your dad went down twice this year.
He'll go even if nobody goes.
Yeah, you're not. You're not wrong.
He's going.
Yeah, he's going. He's like, screw it, I'm going. Who knows who'll go with him?
Right.
Maybe Paige will. You never know.
Yeah, there you go.
You never know.
Yeah, there's your Caribbean.
Yeah, I've seen it after I asked about it. And then you got my other one. And then my other one.
I got quite a few.
You got $15 worth of carabiners.
You're not wrong. I don't know. I think we're at a wrap.
Man, I don't know. Well, I got my pack.
Oh yeah, your pack.
Yeah, my pack. So I went.
Like pack holder.
All right, we're gonna talk about our packs and kind of what we bring with us out there. I don't know if I have everything in mind, but we'll go over it. So I actually switched to a
fancy brand.
Yeah, well, it has nothing to do with the brand more than it did the design of it, because it is this low profile, basically a fanny pack.
I do like that.
That's kind of so I actually stick my sticks. So I have that strap that's on my sticks, but they sit on top of my pack.
Oh really?
Yeah, and then I always have my coat in here, my coat or my vest, and then I have water bottles, and then you always got to have your poop paper.
Yeah, that's gonna burn.
You never know when you're gonna need poop paper. Yeah. Poop paper for sure. But yeah, I started using it, and I love it. So the nice part is I climb the tree with it on my back and everything else. I never take it off.
That's nice.
Until I get up there.
That's nice.
And so my little pouch, spare release, because I use a thumb style release. So that is, if it falls off of my thing, because it just hooks on with a little knob at the back here, and then that's it. So if it falls off, I at least have a spare one in here. My other one's with my bow. This stays in my pouch. Yeah, so then just waters and stuff goes in there. And then I usually have knives or something. I usually have a couple knives in here in case I need to.
See, I quit carrying mine.
Well, so I got those little ones now, those razor knives.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, I usually go back to the truck, but if I have that, so when I shot my deer this year, where I was, if I was by myself, I would have never went back, because that was the farthest I've probably been in the woods in a long time, hunting. I mean, to walk back out, it was like 900 yards. So I would have never came back to the van or the truck. I would have just
had it there.
Yeah. I'm glad I did though, because I used my sled for the first time and never won't do that again. But when we hauled Johnny's deer out,
Yeah, that was day and night difference.
For a 200-pound deer, it was pretty easy to pull that deer out.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
And it was, I mean, it wasn't easy, but it was pretty easy.
It beats the cart. Now, when
Yeah.
I killed my deer down there last year,
You had, oh look,
I killed mine in a field, and it was just right on the edge of the field.
Yeah.
So,
cart it.
yeah, the cart was awesome for mine, but when you got to drag it through the woods and actually over logs, through little creek beds, through whatever you got to
Yeah.
get over and
Yeah.
get it to the truck.
Well, heck, we went over a little ditch. We went through ditches. So I mean, with the
Yeah.
sled, man, it was just.
And just tie it on there nice and tight. Definitely bring you a lot of paracord.
Yeah, paracord or bungee cord or anything.
Anything to get the
Yeah.
deer secured on the sled, because there's no way
Yeah.
that it would have stayed on
Well,
if
and
we would have.
so I don't have like a jet sled or any of that kind of thing. I have basically a 3-person sled. Yeah, like a snow sled, like you could go sled down the hill sled, and just for that being as big of a difference it is, and it was $30.
Yeah.
I wish I would have just took that $30 and put another 70 with it and went and bought a friggin' $100 sled. Been done with it, because it's worth the money.
Yeah.
And now that I'm duck hunting,
Now you need a
yeah, now it's like, okay, now I really like need a sled, because it's just, if you're going out in a boat or a kayak, you just drag it behind you, and then if you're, you bring 3 dozen decoys. They're not light, but they're not heavy.
Just take up a lot of space.
Yeah, they take up a lot of space. So, and then I hang my bag right here on this, and then I actually take my strap and I strap it around a tree, because most of the trees I go up are, this,
Right.
Size of a basketball, smaller, sometimes a little bit bigger. I haven't been in a tree yet since I've had this that it won't fit around. But then I always unhook this and hook it on there, but I started leaving one of the straps connected right here, so in case I dropped it, then at least it didn't go to the ground.
It's not bad.
Because that has my snacks in it.
Oh man, you gotta have the snack.
It's got snacks in it. It still has my snacks in it too. Fun fact. I think it has a nice zipper part in it, and that's where all my calls are. I have my couple grunts in here. Bleep. I put something in there. I don't know what it is though. There's nothing in there. I think I got a compass in here. Then I always got this little light just in case something stupid happens, like I don't have my headlamp and I need to at least see something in the tree. Yeah, I got a compass. I got a compass in here. I know I kept saying it and I was like, that's not right. That's not right. And then I got my rangefinder in this one. I actually need to take it out of here. I need to actually take all this stuff out of here eventually. And then my snacks. This is my snack pouch. Cliff bars. I started buying Cliff bars. This one's a limited edition packaging. This one's white chocolate macadamia nut.
That might be what you want. That limited
Could be. It's
edition.
limited. This one's also limited. This is crunchy peanut butter. Ah, same one. White chocolate chip macadamia. We're gonna put those back in there for next year. You never know when you might need a snack. But that's pretty much my tree setup. And then I always, mine's a little more wore out, but my hardcore hand warmer.
Hand rest, warmer,
Yeah.
storage container,
Yeah.
anything.
This is where this is where my phone goes.
I keep
This is where my
everything.
duck calls go right now because it was duck season last time. And then my shotgun shells are in there still. That just ended, so a little sad now. But yeah, that's it. That's what I got for it.
I don't know. Well, mine definitely isn't as fancy as it is, but
This was also a Christmas present, and it
Oh,
was
that's
on
nice.
and it was on sale.
that's nice.
I said something to my parents and said, "Hey, I don't know what people and I was like, this is what I want. I don't care. I just want this. This is what I want." So this was like the one thing I actually asked for.
So, I would say I just kind of started taking the pack out. I never really took the pack out. I just took whatever I could hold, and that was good for me. This year I kind of decided I was going to do a little bit deeper hunting than just kind of right off the road. And so the pooping paper for sure. My umbrella,
Oh yeah,
man,
you used that for the first time this year, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
So I don't know if any of you guys have this, but it is.
I have one.
It
Never
is
used it.
well worth it when you need it. And I'm dropping stuff now, but all you do is screw that into the tree, puts it at an angle. This sits right on top of it, clips in, and then you just take the straps after you have it all unfolded, has a little half pizza pie
Mm-hmm.
around the tree, and you just clip it with these two buckles around there. And are you gonna stay 100% dry? No, but you will be able to sit out there in the rain.
And be like, okay, I can deal with this.
Yeah, I can deal with it. So I just I had these zip ties lying around, and after we pulled Johnny's deer out of the tree or out of the woods,
Yeah, you're like,
I was like, man, if we just had some zip ties to zip tie the legs together, because we kept having a leg like flop off, and then it would get hung up on just saplings or whatever we were pulling it through.
it never pulled the deer off, but it definitely.
It hung us up, and it stopped our momentum.
Yeah.
And that's huge when you're pulling that sled. So I grabbed some zip ties and just threw them on there, and heck, you never know, I might just need them.
Yeah, you never know.
Zip tie my freaking tree stand back again. You never know. I got my.
You might have to make a jerry rig foot loop or something.
Yeah,
You know?
something. I got my Sig rangefinder, which I just got from Gander Outdoors when they went out of business. So
Well, I guess they didn't go out of business.
Oh yeah,
They
just
closed the store
liquidated-
here,
liquidated, I guess.
which I
Big
spent
thing
a
for-
lot of money.
Big thing for me is extra pair of gloves, because man, when your hands are cold and it's raining and you just went out into the woods and all your stuff is wet,
Yeah.
and you're handling all your stuff, and you know your hands are already freezing, so you want gloves on. So a nice dry pair of gloves. I picked up this little Crescent Allen wrench, or a adjustable wrench. I got it for like $9 at Home Depot.
Huh.
Like, man, I mean, with the tree stand, like if I need to tighten up a
Yeah,
bolt,
with what you got, yeah.
if I need to tighten up a bolt or something, or anything I really need,
Maybe I should put a sewing kit in mine.
there you go. And then just wads of paracord.
Yeah, that seems pretty cool.
Never know what's gonna happen, and I daisy chain all my stuff together, so when I need to get it out, it's never tangled up. If it is, you just gotta pull it, and then all you gotta do is just untie it, grab one end, pull out what you need, and tie it back together, and you're done. But it never gets in a knot. You never have to worry about anything. Got my binoculars that spend more time in my bag than they do
Yeah.
outside of it.
Yeah, I've come to the conclusion that
Binoculars are a waste.
I'll
Unless
tell
you're-
you the only time that I think they're useful is when you're looking at birds.
Yeah.
I
I put them on. I'll put them on every now and then if I
Yeah.
remember them, just because
That's half my
nothing's
problem.
moving. I just want to like look around the woods, like
Yeah,
just look through them. There's really no reason I
I usually have them in my pack too, and then I quit even putting them in there anymore.
I think that's yours.
No, that one is not mine. I don't know where that one came from.
Cool, it's my dad's. So I got a cable lock. So when I come out of the woods usually about 11 in the morning hunts when we're down south. We go back to the camper. I can't sit and stand all day. I've done it before, and I just can't do it. It ain't my style. I want to get out.
It's rough.
And when we go down south,
Yeah.
we hunt because it's something to do during the day, but we're really just down there hanging out with everybody and more there for the camping and just
Yeah.
being away
Yeah.
than we are hunting.
It's
Hunting's
about deer
just a,
camp. It's not about.
yeah, hunting's just a bonus.
Yeah.
But got extra check-in cards, which I grab a handful of them because I double them as my tags when I harvest one. I put it on the antler or wherever I need to, and just having some paper there to write my time and everything down. And then trying to remember where the zippers are. Extra pair of socks.
Oh yeah, you're a sock.
I'm a sock guy.
changer. That's right.
So I wear my dry fit socks out in the woods. I walk out there with them, and then when I get up in my stand, I'm 100% situated. I change my socks. And putting on a dry pair of socks, even if they're not the highest quality, a dry pair of socks.
Dry. It doesn't matter.
You got to get that sweat away from you, or you're gonna freeze.
Yeah. And that's why I wear these Bama socks. They're I don't even know what they're made out of, to be honest with you. Oh, look. The outside, does it say outside?
Probably bamboo.
I can't see it anymore. It's all wore off. I've worn them so much. The outside is 100% cotton. Inside is 100% polyester. Fleece.
Whatever that means.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's it. But these can be completely soaking wet, and my sock will be dry. Yeah. Oh, I can't believe it. So I coon hunt too, and then that is another thing. I got my dry shots, which I won't ever buy muck boots again. I will buy dry shots, but I have a briar-proof and waterproof chap. So if I ever have to cross a creek or go through a bunch of briars, super easy. And I just put these things in there. I don't have to take socks off. Nothing. My feet stay dry because these are what gets wet, and these are extra insulation on top of it, and it's just amazing. You don't have to mess with the extra socks. You have one extra step, and it's putting these on before you put your boots on, and that's it. And I get dressed once I get to where I'm gonna get out of the car. I wear sweatpants and a long sleeve shirt, and maybe a sweatshirt if it's cold and I don't have the van warm or whatever. Then that's it, and I'm ready to rock and roll. And then I'm done. Then I get out, my feet are dry.
Yeah, that's number one thing. I got my bleed call in here as well. That really ain't that much to. I mean, it's the cheapest one I can find. Just some extra little strapping, just if I need it. I keep all my stuff tied together with Velcro.
Yes.
I like my stuff organized. I have an extra. I wear the safety harness system when I'm in my climber, and I put this around the tree, and this is what I put my carabiner on to, and I strap to it. Because you just never know what's going to happen. Especially when we go down south, I'm moving all the time, and I try to tell people where I'm at, but you know, if something happens, we're on the phone with each other, if we're back at camp for half an hour and the other dude ain't, and we know that he doesn't have a deer down, it's like, what are you doing, man? Are you good? Do we need to send a search team out?
Like, he did that this year, and I was like, man, he should be back by now. Or at least close. And I was like, I called you and I was like, hey, you good? You're like, yeah, I'm about ready to pull in. I was like, all right, you were longer than I thought you'd be. Like, I was looking at some stuff. I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, all right, that makes sense.
Yeah, I was. But this needs to go back on my harness. It's just a little. It's so if you fall out of your tree stand and you're hanging there, what happens is it cuts off the circulation to your legs, and then once you get released or you get rescued or whatever, then all that blood that's been cut off in your legs now is flowing, and that's what causes your blood clots, because your blood starts clotting up as it's cut off, and then that all gets pushed back into your heart, and that's what kills it.
Yep.
So this is just a thing that hangs on the back of and I actually used it to drag a deer out, because it also doubles as a deer drag, and it goes on the back of your harness, and then you can just loop your foot through it and just pull that pressure off of your hips and off of your carotid artery and everything, or your femoral artery, and just get the blood flowing a little bit until you can get out. I got a little something else in here. I don't really know what it is.
You got snacks?
Oh no, I got reflective tax.
Those are. I took those out of this bag,
Man,
and put them in my blind bag. So if I found a spot, or I was like, hey, if I find something on some public land that I want to do, and it's kind of like I coon hunt public land, so it's like if I find something, throw some tax up.
Yeah.
And then I have
not a bad
it.
idea.
I have it figured out where I want to go.
So there's nothing worse than public land hunting or just on a property you don't know.
Yeah.
And get out in the woods and get lost before sunlight. And I've been to the point that I literally just like sat down. I was so lost. I was so turned around in the woods. Didn't even know where the road was. And I just sat down and I sat down. I took all my stuff off. I got my bearings and I just sat there and just at the bottom of a tree and just looked at trees. And I was like, man, that finally one just looked familiar. And I was like, that's got to be it. Walked over to it, looked up, and I was like, yeah, there's my stuff from yesterday. It's still hanging in the tree. But man, like, there's nothing worse than having your morning hunt just ruined because now you're waiting till daylight, prime time, and you're walking to your tree like,
where's it at?
All right, there it is. Now I'm making all the noise to climb up it.
Yeah.
Which, hey, maybe 1 out of 10 times that benefits you, but I'm sure 9 out of 10 it's going to do more damage than it is.
I've only got lost in the woods like twice. Once I was by myself, and it was like midnight, and I was running dogs by myself. I had 2 of them with me, and I was 50 yards from the main trail that goes through here, through this property. I had no clue where I was. I didn't have a clue. I couldn't have told you up from down at that point. It was scary.
Yeah,
it was. I've never been lost in the woods before. Like even at night, I've never been lost in the woods before.
Especially when you're going in at night.
Yeah.
Like we go in the morning for deer hunting. And
You
it's
just
like,
wait an hour or so, and you got daylight.
Yeah, no, when you're waiting all night, like
crap. I had GPS in one hand, and then I had my phone in the other hand, going. I don't trust this one. And it was weird. I didn't trust one of them because it just didn't seem right. And I was like, I don't know. And then I got walking around and turned the dogs loose again and said, screw it. And then just sat there.
Yeah.
And that was it. And I figured my way out.
And then
I did a circle.
I carry my scent lock, my scent killer, supercharged, whatever that means, autumn formula. And I sweat. Like I've said before, I sweat going into the woods, and when I get to my stand, whatever I don't have on, which I do douse myself, but
I do the same thing.
I go and set my little scent bombs out, which aren't in my pack, because my dog likes to get in my pack and dig them out, because I got him on shed hunting, and he just hasn't figured out that ain't a shed, so he pulls them out and carries them around the house. But brings them to me and shows them to me. But yeah, I just set my tree stand down just like that, and I just sit there and douse it wherever I go and set my scent bombs. And I didn't do it this year mainly because I forgot rags, but I usually take rags, like cut up white t-shirts or something, just old clothes, get them washed, and then put my Tick 69 on there and douse them. And when I'm walking into the woods, I just tie them to the back of my ankles and let them drag behind me, and I just drag them all through the woods and cover up the scent behind me. I mean, it can't hurt.
Yeah.
Anything you do more to try to mask your smell can't hurt at all. I mean, there's a time that it's overkill, but
that's my thing with these. Like, 'cause I coon hunt with them even during the season. So at what point do I don't know, you know what I mean? But at the same time, they're always, I put them in my truck, but they're always out in the woods.
Right.
I always have them in the dirt. I mean, it's not like I don't bring them in the house. I don't waller on them. So that's probably another big thing that changes that.
I keep all my stuff in the house.
I do too. But I keep mine stuff in totes. And then my scent lock stuff is in like an airtight thing. But I needed to wash all my scent lock stuff, so I didn't really care.
Right.
Well, wash as in I need to dry it all to reactivate the carbon. So, other than that, man, camo. The only other thing is my camo. Bought it last year, and it is all guide series from Gander Outdoor. And just if you're gonna buy camo and go spend money, I don't care how much you spend on it. If it's not windproof or waterproof, it has to be windproof and waterproof. You'll never be warm. You just won't be warm. You won't be warm to the point where you're like, oh yeah, this ain't bad, and I'll just sit here. And it's you're kind of you're a little chilled, but you're not cold. It's great. And that changed my hunting experiences 100% because I would used to get cold and be done and be like, all right, I'm out of here. No more. I'm done. But I'm not like that anymore. I sat all day, opening day of gun season.
Yep.
I didn't come out of the woods until dark. So, I mean, I would have never done that before.
Right.
Would have never done that before. So, but that's that. Well, I think I went through all my stuff.
I think I'm through.
Good deal. Well, that's our setups for when we go deer hunting.
I mean, minus some odd
ends, yeah. I mean, guns, bows. I mean, maybe we'll go over some guns and bows and what we use.
We'll have some breakdowns of our arsenals.
Yeah.
At some point, and we'll probably have some videos getting out there and target shooting. And
yeah, that's my hope.
I know my bow is about. I got a Hoyt Charger, and I know it's due for some tune up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to get it out and tune it up, and
that's one thing I want to get into. I want to buy a bow press, but to get everything that you really need to tune a bow, you're $800 plus. But I found one that's everything, $800 $900 out the door, and it's like top of line stuff. So, and I got a crossbow, so then I could work on my crossbow at least.
Yeah.
If I had to.
We'll just make a little side money. Working on other guys' stuff.
Yeah. No, I'd like to start a shop because I mean we got one here in town, but we don't have any. Because I coon hunt, and I know a bunch of guys that coon hunt, so I'd like to get to the point where I could start selling coon supply stuff here because there's nowhere within 2 hours of us.
Yeah.
So I mean I think the closest one's an hour. I guess I think everything's at least an hour away from us. So
right.
It'd be nice. Nice to do it. But, well, make sure you keep the gear ready to roll.
And your scent to a minimum.
We'll see you.